Hi everyone, so in this video I want to talk about these tools that I discovered a few months ago that a lot of artists use to sketch in, and that is sketching in color. And there's two different major products that people use when they sketch in color, and these are what they look like. So you either have this option, which is the Prismacolor Col-erase. They're made by Prismacolor obviously, and you sharpen them to get the color out of it, and there's an eraser on the end. And these are called the Pilot Color Enos. They're made by Pilot, and they're basically mechanical pencils with colored lead. And this is what the lead looks like. There's the Neox lead and the regular lead. And so far, I don't really know which one. Apparently these last longer, like they're harder, and these are softer, but these work just fine for me. So just before I start comparing these, I just want to say why people sketch in color. The biggest reason is when you sketch, say you're sketching in your sketchbook with a normal pencil, and then you do a really quick sketch, but you want to refine that sketch. If you go over in pencil again, your lines are just going to get all confused with each other. So if you sketch in a light color like any of these colors, you can actually then go over top of the color with your pencil and have two layers of sketches essentially, and that can just help you clean up your drawings better. Some people also like to sketch in color because when they scan their sketches, after you've gone over them in the pencil or whatever you use, you can actually edit it in a program like Photoshop and remove the color, so you just isolate the sketch itself. And some people sketch in color just because they like the way it looks. And I use all of these options except for the Photoshop one. I don't really scan my sketches. If I do, I usually do line art over top of it. I don't really edit it in Photoshop to remove the color, but that is something you can do. So the difference between the Pilot Color Eno and Prismacolor, they're very similar, but there are some differences I have noticed as I've been using these. So the first thing that people want to know is how well do they actually erase? They both say that they're erasable. They both come with erasers on the back of them. So I'm going to test that right now. Okay, I'm going to start with the Prismacolor Col-erase. Now the two colors that I'm using are just the red and blue because these are the most common, but I'll show you the other colors that I have at the end. This is called the Copy Not Blue, like the non-photo blue, which is a good one for if you're scanning. So this is really, really light blue so that it doesn't show up in scans or photographs that well. So I'm just going to do some test marks. I'm going to press really hard and go really light. And this is a scarlet red. I had the carmine red, but I really wanted to get the scarlet red because it was more of an orange red. And then I lost my carmine red, so I don't know where that is, but here's that. It's a very orangey red. I like this color a lot. This is one of my favorite colors to use when I'm sketching. Now for the Pilot Color Eno, I'm just going to use, I'm going to use more of my Prismacolor ones. Here's the terracotta one. Now I'm just going to scribble out my Eno over here. Here's my red. Oh, see, yeah, don't want to press too hard or it'll break. Oh. I'm actually out of lead. I'm going to replace it. So what I do to replace the lead is I take off the cap, take off the eraser, go to my lead, pour it out of the hole. I'm going to put 2 in. There we go. That should come out after a few clicks. There we go. Okay, let's test how well these erase. Under trying my best to erase. If you color really light, it obviously erases a lot better than if you press as hard as you can. So these ones aren't that erasable. Let's try the Pilot Color Eno ones. Yeah, these definitely erase a lot better than the Prismacolor Col-erase ones. Both of them, like, none of them erase completely unless you color really, really lightly, then it can erase. But once you start getting into the grain of the paper, it's harder to erase them. So these erase a lot better than these. That's just from my personal experience. These do erase a lot better. I think these might be waxier or something. Like, they definitely have a different feel when you're laying them down. As for like the pigmentation and the color of both of them, as you just saw, they're pretty vivid. They're very vibrant colors. They live up to the coloring of the outside of them. They have very nice colors, but the Prismacolor Col-erase has a lot more colors than the Enos. So the Pilot Color Eno ones have 8 different colors, and the Prismacolor Col-erase, it looks like they have 24. The largest pack I've ever seen them sold in is 24, so there's at least 24 colors of these, and a lot more variety. For these, I really do like this blue. I feel like it shows up on the paper really well, and it erases really well. The red's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of the color of it, just because it's kind of pinkish red. I wish it was more of a red. So that's why I have this scarlet red, because it's like an orangey red, and I also love this terracotta color. It's really nice. And they just have a lot more options. Like if you want green, they have light green and dark green. If you want blue, they have like dark blue, blue, they have indigo blue. But these only have like red, blue, light blue, yellow, orange, pink, and purple, and green. And they're all fairly light colors. Now, when comparing pencils to mechanical pencils, there are some pros and cons of each. Like for mechanical pencils, you never have to sharpen them. You just click if you need more lead, and the point is fairly small, but it's one size for the whole time you're drawing. So you can't really change the thickness of the point. But these, you can change the thickness, and you can sharpen them to a point, but I find that the point wears out really fast. So you just might find yourself sharpening a lot, or like using that kind of sandpaper to sharpen the point so that you get the desired thickness. So these are better for like details, and these are really good for shading. They're good for details too if you sharpen them to a point. And for both of these, I find using pencil over top of them works really, really well. That's another point. And I wanted to test something because I know that artists like to outline in color and then use Copic markers or any kind of alcohol-based markers to go over top of their lines. And these work well for that. Of course, a little bit of the pigment will come off on the marker if you color hard enough or long enough in one area, but they work pretty well as pencil outliners for your drawings. But I've never tested it with these before, so I want to do that. So I'm just going to make a couple of, wow, this one breaks so easily, a couple of circles using different colors. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend these ones with Copics. I'm just scribbling over here to get the ink off. They smudge a lot. So I wouldn't recommend those with Copics. But for these, like the terracotta one for instance, it works pretty well. It doesn't smudge as much, and this isn't the best paper to be testing this on, but it seems like these smudge quite a bit, and the Prismacolor ones work pretty well, but if you want to color Copics. I actually use this technique a lot where you color in a colored pencil before you do your sketches. Like for instance, in this drawing, I did some red on it before I did the pencil lines. Like this one, these are kind of old. I'm just like giving examples. Some blue. This page I did a lot in red. This red. I haven't done much with my scarlet red in here. So even though I'm not the biggest fan of that color of red, I do use it a lot. Like these pages, I did blue and stuff. These drawings are kind of old. I just wanted to give you some examples. But overall, I do prefer using these. However, I like these colors better. Like I really like this scarlet red a lot better than this red. I wish that Pilot Color Eno, that Pilot would come out with some more orangey reds. I think that would be really nice. I haven't tried their orange yet though, so I probably should. But that's just my opinion on these. Overall, let's just summarize everything I said. These erase a lot better than the Prismacolor ones. They both have really great color. Obviously, these are mechanical, so it's easier to sharpen them. Well, you don't sharpen them. It's easier to get lead out because you just press the back of them and the lead comes out. And these are better for like precision, and these are really good for shading, but you can also sharpen them to a point for precision. You can use pencil over top of both of these. It seemed like Copics didn't work very well with these, but you can outline drawings with these and color it with Copic. So overall, I do use both of these just for different things. I like both of them. They're both really great quality. None of this is sponsored. I just wanted to talk about these because I know they're really popular tools and people might be curious, like what are the differences in the colors and the way they erase, like how do they perform. And they're both really good for different things. So I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for watching.